Well, hello there. Jack Simpson asks, have you got a video on the Doctor Doom custom? Yes, I have. I have several. If you go watch my vlogs, that takes you through about, I don't know, what was it, 6 to 8 months of me making that custom in diorama, and then a showcase of that, and there's an SABA video as well, so he's got plenty of exposure there. Go check him out, and there's literally hours of him out there. Sorry, I'm just trying to find a way to get all the chat messages to come up. Where do I see them? Oh, there we go. Righty. Sorry, using a new app to do this, so a bit all over the place to start with. Cameron's Customs says he got his first custom commission today. Congratulations, Cameron. What was it, if you don't mind me asking? Just out of interest. And you're very welcome, Mr. Matt Murdoch. Thank you to people for encouraging me to do a live customizing thing again. Detail 78 says, have I seen the new Spider-Man Homecoming wave? Yes, I have. Yep. Christian Miranda, are we waiting for the Milliput to dry? I don't know about you, but I'm not. I probably will be at some point, but not right at this moment. So, Jim J says, what stage is this custom? Are we going to see sculpting or painting today? Well, let me talk you through where I'm at with this custom then. Okay, so obviously I have the Destroyer here in pieces. I've taken him apart. So this idea for a custom came from the story Latverian Prometheus in Thor. I think it was like issue 604, something like that, of Thor, in which Doctor Doom stole the Destroyer Armour and made his own version. It was a fantastic story, and it was a really cool idea, and the art was tremendous in the story. But when the Doom's Destroyer was finally revealed, I wasn't a huge fan of the design. I didn't feel it was quite enough Doctor Doom sort of style. It could have been any bad guys really, but so I'm trying to sort of re-envision that and come up with my own design that's based off of, you know, the designs that I made for my other Doctor Doom custom, so that it's sort of the two sort of work together as a piece. What else have I got going on? So sorry, I've got cling film on this because I want to keep this front bit quite free of smudges, but I'll explain that in a minute. So my idea is that I'm going to have lights in the chest here. I want these chest pieces to match, you know, the Thor's clasps he has in his cape. Thor's always had those sort of discs working his way down the costume. I kind of wanted to do that, these sort of light up things, and that sort of aligns with Doctor Doom's cloak clasps as well. So I want to have those light up, and also to do the face of the Destroyer, I've just sculpted very roughly Doctor Doom's mask, trying to make it match, you know, this mask that I did for Doom, same sort of design, but with the Destroyer's sort of visor, I don't know what we call that, across it. And so I've kind of crossed the major hurdles with this, the make or break points with this custom. I wanted to make sure I could make these light up bits work, and also the light up parts in his eyes work. So I have put a lot of effort into that. Oh, it's very challenging for me. So in the back there, there's a little LED circuit in there. Let me bring my light down. Oh, that's too bright now. Yeah, there's a little circuit in there, which the battery goes in. And the back of the head is just held together with the magnets. And then the visor on the front is his light up switch. That powers his eyes. So like I say, it's just very rough at the moment. Just to get an idea that it is going to work. If I couldn't make the light up eyes work, I probably wouldn't have bothered with the whole custom. But that was the first thing I tackled. It makes the Destroyer Armour immediately come across as more Doctor Doomish. So that's where I'm at with the head. The torso, again, in there's a circuit that I've worked on. Took a lot of hollowing out and stuff. And on the back here, this is just sculpted over really to hide, good lord, that's tight, to hide this messy battery compartment that I had to wire up in there. Again, there's a little switch which lights up his so that's that. And this is, like I said, this is just a battery sort of cover that's just held on with the magnets there. So that's that. So that's where I'm at with this. So with those are the major features of this custom. So with those sort of in place, I can get on to sort of decorating it. The bits of customizing that just take time, I guess. I would have shown a lot more of me doing this sort of, you know, putting the LEDs in, but it just is so much new ground for me that I just didn't know if it was going to work. And it's so intricate, you know, there's nothing to really see as I'm working on it because I've got my fingers in the way, wrapping tiny bits of wire around places. It was very challenging, but we got there. So I'm really just covering the torso of the Destroyer to keep those sort of light parts clean, so that I don't get like all epoxy putty on them and that and ruin the light up effect. And what I've been working on now is really adding in more details to the Destroyer. I've got a knee pad here. I felt that when he articulates, he's only got that single jointed knee, so it looks quite ugly when it articulates. Like, it really does expose that it looks, quite dull under there. So I've added a knee pad that kind of hides that. That's just made of a styrene plastic, so that hides the knee when he articulates. You still see it from underneath, but it's hidden mostly, and that's just screwed on at the sides. So I'll of course be doing that over there. I've also been adding in toe articulation into his foot, which he doesn't have. In the comic, Doom's Destroyer had a very distinctive boot with a big spike on it. I kind of wanted to emulate that, and again I've just I got this technique for articulating feet from a customizer called Action Figure Toronto. He's an absolutely stellar customizer. He's totally amazing, and he keeps all his write-ups and tutorials online. So if you are interested, then you Google Action Figure Toronto and you'll find all his stuff. Does really, really amazing work, and he's done a tutorial on how to articulate toes, and this is my first time trying it. I just went ahead and tried it. I didn't have as much success as him. Like he says there, he's always like, well, you should try it on a few fodder ones before you get the hang of it, but I just jumped right in at the deep end and made a bit of a botch of it. So a lot of this is me covering up sort of a mess I've made behind there, but it's looking okay. And I've used screws here as well. It just gives me a tighter join because I did make a bit of a mess, but again, that's fine for this big chunky Destroyer. So I'll be doing the same over here. On the torso, I'm not sure. I don't really have a definite idea in my head of where this design is really going to go. I've got some very rough kind of sketches done here, but I don't really know where I'm going. Some things I want to bring in, which I probably won't be getting around to today, well, probably definitely, is I want to bring in these sort of tentacle-like decorations to the armour, I guess. Just to bring them in line with this. And possibly that's also quite a big feature, the belt. If I could do something there, I think there may be something quite interesting about the balance of sort of, I don't know, leather and metal. Might look quite cool around the Destroyer. I'm just not sure how to fit that in. There isn't a lot of space for design here. He's got his waist is quite high up there, so I'll see what I can do. And also I want to add some form of cape or fabric to the back of it. Doubt I'll be doing that today either, but that's what I want to do, just to make it really leap out as being Doctor Doomish. And I guess I just better get going. Oh, procrastination over. Right, so what should I do? I guess I'll try and I guess we'll do the other foot. Let's give this a shot. Okay, so this was, I didn't have huge amounts of success last time, but we'll try it a bit better now. Okay, so on this foot I seem to cut it at the third run, so I cut it here. Okay, so I've got my heat gun and I'm just going to go for it. Watch me melt this, by the way. I always get distracted when I'm using my heat gun and I turn back to the custom and it's a melted mess. I'm trying to remove the foot here. No, not hot enough yet. Murilo Ricardo asks, will this live be available on my channel? Yes, after this is done I will make it available for posterity on my channel. Oh, that's close to my fingers. Blimey. There we go. Murilo Ricardo asks, how do I bend styrene? Is there a technique? Choosing the right styrene is probably the most useful technique. Sometimes, you know, you just have to keep trying with different types of styrene. Some of them are very flexible and others are not, depending on their thickness. Sorry, you guys probably can't see anything right now, but it's better that I see it than you, otherwise my fingers will not be with me for much longer. Apologies. Blame health and safety and common sense. Okie doke. Righty. Well, that's that. That's the easy bit, I guess. I keep having to go back to this to see how I dealt with it. Okay, so then I, according to Action Figure Toronto's tutorial, cut out a wedge from this and glue it back on there. So how far did I go down with that? It looks like I've gone to the first strut there. Really do with heating this plastic up again. It's getting a bit challenging to think. Let me just try and cut into this, and then I'll take a look at what some of you guys are saying. I'm aware the chat's flicking away at the corner of my eye, so I'll get to you in a moment. I also have to point out I have actually cut myself just a little bit, but if anyone isn't expecting for my finger to turn around or for there to be a tiny streak of blood, I apologise. I will try and keep that off the camera as much as I can. And also, importantly, off my custom. Oh, there we go. Righty. So I've got out that wedge. I'm going to glue that back on where it originally came from. And then the idea is that this foot will articulate up there. So I have to hollow out that a lot and get rid of a lot of that. And then screw through there the points where it articulates. Yep. Okay, sorry. Now, what's going on? Hello to everyone that's saying hello, by the way. Hi. James Warrack says, so glad I'm doing another live stream, as am I, James. What did I think of Logan? I thought it was very good. I really enjoyed it. I like to see very humanised superhero stuff, so that was very good. It was great to see old people. You know, I felt that the Watchmen movie was a good chance to see sort of struggling old superheroes, but they weren't actually in that movie all that old. They still came across very Hollywoodish. So it was good to see like old people struggling with like going to the bathroom and losing their sight and having to take medicine and resenting each other because of their age. So I really enjoyed that. What I didn't like in the movie was I found the actual plot to be somewhat self-defeating. I thought that the point that the movie was trying to get across was that Wolverine didn't want anyone to have to kill. He wanted to protect these kids from having to kill others. And you know, there's that whole bit in Shane where he's they're telling the little kid that he doesn't want to be like him. You know, that's not what you want to be. He's that way so that you don't have to be. And then at the end of the movie, all the kids turned into killers anyway, and then they stood around and made a speech about how there's no more killers out there. And I was like, don't think that's quite right. So I found that quite self-defeating, but I really enjoyed the movie beyond that. I thought it was excellent, very well acted. Yeah. Logan Morpheus asks, what is the strangest joint I've ever seen or added to a figure custom? I don't really know. Strangest joint? I don't know. Maybe my Medusa custom where I gave her articulated hair. Is that the kind of thing you're looking at? Perhaps. AWPWN. Am I trying to add toe articulation? Yes, I am. Star Wars Fan 13. What do I think of the new It, Spider-Man Homecoming and Justice League trailers? The new It trailer looks fine. Yeah, looks good. I don't know. Yeah, looks fine. I don't know. I you know, trailers are trailers. You know, you watch them and they're never like the movie. they put the movie through a machine and a trailer comes out. So I don't know. Same with Spider-Man Homecoming. I haven't seen that trailer. I don't really need to be honest. It'll be Spider-Man being Spider-Man and Iron Man there and the Vulture. So I don't know what else I really need to see a trailer for. Justice League. I mean, that looked fine. Interesting to see they're throwing in more comedy, sort of Marvel-esque comedy. It's not quite as good as Marvel comedy, but at the same time, it's all right. Nice to see there. It's very much like the Suicide Squad trailer, where they've got some sort of, I don't want to say classical, but a classical pop song. Isn't it Come Together they've got playing over it? And it was kind of like in the Suicide Squad trailer they had Bohemian Rhapsody, wasn't it? Something like that anyway. And they were firing machine guns to the beat of the song, and this trailer was much the same. So I got the kind of same vibe off it. So yep, I don't know, they're trailers, whatever. What is my favourite custom? It's Ganon. Matt Murdoch says he's enjoying the 60-second showcases. Thank you. And then he says, after getting the new Invisible Woman, which Fantastic Four member are you most excited for? It would be Reed Richards. I just want a plain old Reed. I don't need stretchy arms and stuff. I just want him to look good. So we'll see what that is. Ace00731, wish you could download this. Well, I don't know. Just wait till it gets published and then, I don't know, rip it off YouTube. Oh dear, you're not supposed to do that. Sir Blumpkin, what part of commissions on customs is so unfulfilling? Well, I don't do commissions on customs, but when I did, it was not being able to take the time or to let the custom guide you. Like, when you take a commission, someone wants something specific of you, and sometimes when you're working on something, it can evolve and try and take you in another direction. Like when I was doing Doctor Doom, that was very much, okay, I'll start making Doctor Doom, and then as I think it through, I'm like, well, maybe his tunic can actually be more scientist-like, and he can have the tentacles on his armour that match the diorama I was making. These sort of things that just sort of evolve out of what you're thinking about the custom as you're doing it, and that's something that doesn't really happen with commissions. People want a specific, they're like, I want this character from this comic in this look, and I want him to be able to do this and have this accessory. Bam, go ahead and do it. It's kind of like you are the hands for this other person's mind. So I find that unfulfilling. Christian Miranda, have I looked for inspiration from Doombots as well for this custom? Not particularly. Doombots look like Doctor Doom, so, you know, unless you mean like his like police robots, which I already have made. Oh, let me get them. These guys. I've already got them. So, really with the sort of his guard, they're really not very Doctor Doomy at all. I find it to be quite strange when Doctor Doom makes like a sort of servile robot that looks like him. I find that quite strange. Like, he's vain, but he wouldn't make something disposable look like him, you know? That would be making his appearance look disposable. I don't really get that. So I like that his guard are totally different in appearance to Doom. I like that. But the Destroyer Armour was essentially Doom inside an armour. So it has to like bring in his look. So that's kind of where I'm going with it. Cole Watch, what do I think of the new It film? Well, I've not seen it. It looks okay. It looks like what the trailer wants you to think it looks like at the moment. Very funny mate. Hello, Craig. I have a question. What is my favourite song? What's my favourite song? I don't know. I like Somewhere That's Green from The Little Shop of Horrors. What else do I like? I have very poor musical taste, unfortunately, so anything that I can sing along to, I quite enjoy. Cole Watch. Do I ever want to write and illustrate my own comic in the name of Your Name comic? I'm not sure what that question is, sorry. Shinkamai Tachi says they look like sentinels. I guess they do in a way, in that they're robots with vaguely off human faces, but I guess that's the 60s Marvel for you. Oh, would you ever want to actually create my Bane comic? Well, I kind of did enough for me. As an ongoing, I don't know. Like, it was something I was really into when I was like much younger, but I don't really think I could go back to that. But who knows? What's my favourite Marvel superhero costume? I don't know. Doctor Doom, maybe. Don't know. But anyway, let's get on with this, I guess. Now, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna have my stomach rumble, maybe audibly for the camera. Okay, so I'm gonna glue this on and trim it down. This part. Squint. Shin Kamaitachi asked me what's my favourite Marvel character. It's Doctor Doom. I also like Doctor Strange and Silver Surfer. And I used to like Storm, but she's been through quite a lot of character changes over the past few years, so I've kind of gone off her. I guess that's kind of true of Doctor Doom as well at the moment. He's not the man he used to be. Sorry about the noise there. Figure this out as I go. Not too great at it, but don't let that stop you. A lot of people get frozen in fear when they customise because they don't know exactly how to do something, but you must never let that stop you. Just try it. Try it yourself, as Neil Buchanan of Art Attack would say. You may find a better way of doing it. You may find that the way someone else has done it doesn't work for you for some reason on the particular figure you're working on. So, is that enough? Take that down a bit more. Messy. me see. What have I missed in the chat? Sir Blumpkin, if I were to ever stop customising, what would be the reasons behind it? I don't know, because I've never done it. Perhaps because I didn't have time for it anymore. Perhaps my job took up too much of my time. Perhaps a family member became very ill and I couldn't do customising anymore. Maybe I found out that the plastic I was using came from a sweatshop or something like that, you know. I don't know, maybe I just got bored of it. Maybe, I don't know, the community surrounding it became toxic to me. I don't know. All these are potential things, but it hasn't happened yet, so I'm not going to go down that route. I have thought about stopping customising. Well, not really stopping customising, stop collecting action figures, to be honest. I think we all have those days where you know, there's days when you look at your toy collection and think, wow, this is amazing. Then there's days where you look at your toy collection and you go, what a waste of my life. I wish I would grow up. You know, you get that. You begin to see yourself as other normal people probably see you. But luckily we have to fight that back and just keep doing what we're doing. So yeah, occasionally, I guess we all think about stopping doing something we love that takes up a lot of our time and effort. I need to haul this out a bit more in here. Matt Murdoch asks, what toy reviewers do I like or watch? To be honest, I don't watch a lot of toy reviews. I like trailers for movies and that. I prefer to get the toy myself and make up my mind. But if I do want to see whether a toy is worth getting, it's usually not a Marvel Legend toy, because I know I probably get them all mostly anyway. It's never like Marvel Legends are that different from each other that you have to wonder, is this a good one or a bad one? They're all pretty much the same with minor variations. But I do watch Rob Pollock. He's D21 Beast. I like it when people put a lot of effort into their toy videos. You know, I'm not a huge fan of, despite doing a live stream in which I'm exactly doing that, just turning the camera on and blah blah blah. What other questions? Aster Productions, are you going to be watching the new series of Doctor Who? I don't pay my TV license, so until it comes on streaming, no. I haven't I stopped paying the TV license last year, so I haven't even seen the Christmas special that they did there just now. I do really like Peter Capaldi, and you know, Doctor Who was one of the only reasons I paid my TV license for a great many years. But you know, they just don't pay it enough respect at the BBC anymore. So, and they've been running it into the ground. So with Stephen Moffat, who would prefer to make 2 episodes of Sherlock a year over Doctor Who. I don't know quite how that takes up so much of his time, but anyway, what do I know of these things? So yeah, I will watch it as soon as I can watch it, but that won't be when it's live or recent, unfortunately. Nathaniel Camps asks, "Hey Craig, how are you doing today?" I'm doing fine, thank you. Is that okay? Is that okay? What else we got going on? Andre Porto, am I doing toe articulation? Yes, I am. Chumnin Lee says I should do this more often. Yes, should I? Don't know if I should. Do you just want to see me stare at a wall while I go through a custom in my head? That's not very entertaining for people. Super Darth Castro asked if I'm into the gorillas at all. Well, I was back in 2001, but I am not really. Couldn't tell you anything about them now. How funny is that? Huge pen 15, come on your face. Wow, you're really good at this. I know, right? No offense, but your video helped me relax and sleep. Cool. Glad to hear it. Now, how's that for a name? That beats all your Darth Deadpools and whatever. Right, now where did I put this screw on the other foot? I put it through the first strap there. Put it through here. Yep. Dennis Carradine says, "You shot my Uncle Ben, did you?" Boop-a-doo-boop. That screw way too big or what? small screws. Oh well. There we go. Looks nasty with those big screws, but it's an armoured guy, so I'm not really bothered. There we go. Toe articulation. And action figure Toronto was right, it is much easier the second time you do it. What else we got? Astor Productions. I'm glad Stephen Moffat is leaving, but it's sad Peter Capaldi is leaving. I really like his Doctor. I feel like I like Peter Capaldi more than I like his Doctor. I kind of wish, you know, I like Malcolm Tucker as my thing, really. And I wish he had been, you know, a bit more that. He obviously can't be fully that, but I wish he'd been a bit more that. I found his midlife crisis stuff, you know, his hoodies and his sunglasses and electric guitar. I found that super cringeworthy. But yeah, I preferred them to Matt Smith's Doctor anyway. But yes, it is a shame. But that's how it was written. Mr. Instrumentals. I don't need a TV license if I'm watching DVDs or streaming off the internet. You only need a TV license if you're watching the BBC programmes. Yes, I know that. Thank you. Francesco Balzano. Is the Doom Destroyer Armour an original concept of yours, or does it exist in the comics? It exists in comics. It exists in Thor issues 605 and 606. So go check it out, but this is my own design for that armour. Pat Connolly says something I'm just going to ignore because it's irrelevant. YouTuber 46, I loved your MJ figure review. Thank you. It's a long time ago. Didn't put a whole lot of effort into it, but I guess it was effort at the time. Very funny. I'm just going to heat this up and pop it back on his leg. Come on, Craig, learn from previous experience. Suggests that it's not low enough, but anyway, what I'll do is I'll just trim the edge off anyway while I've got it here. Hopefully help with paint rub later. Very funny, mate. Do I like memes? I guess. I don't know. Depends if they're funny or not, or if they're good or not. Baby Customs feels like I'm in the midst of a celebrity right now. Finally glad I'm able to sit in on one of your live streams, Craig. Oh well, glad to have you here. Thank you. Francesco Balzano, well, you're welcome. I do try. Have I ever been to Italy? No, I haven't. Not at all. I don't have any stories. I've seen Dario Argento movies though. Does that count? Anyway. Thanks, Shin Kamaitachi. See you later. Taskmaster asks, are there customs I want to do but feel are too difficult? Yeah, I want to do Stardust, the Herald of Galactus. Stardust is like this really thin, sort of androgynous, fish, reptile, transparent creature with stars floating in its body. You know, it looks very graceful and very ethereal and very cosmic, and I really want to make that, but have no idea how. If I could make a clear body that had little bits of little flecks of metal suspended in it, I think that would be cool. But can't do that right now with what I know, so that's always on the back burner. So let's take a look. There we go. That's pretty good actually. That second effort was much better than the first one. Well, they're alright. I think that's important with these big characters because people tend to pose them, running forward or something, that they're able to have that to articulation. So I did that in there. That's good. I think I'll give this a shot next. Let me I'm just gonna go to the bathroom because this is so exciting. I have to go wet myself. Oh, everyone just fall down, why don't you? Right, I will be back in just a moment. I hope. I won't die in the toilet. Righty. Okay. Tony Bray asks, do I drink or smoke at all? No, I do not. Apart from, well, I don't drink alcohol at all. Never have. Probably never will. I've never smoked, and I don't smoke now. Pad Connolly, ignore. I suggest everyone else does the same. Cameron's Customs, when did the customizing community gain popularity? I guess it was with, I feel like it was around about 2005, 6, 7. I feel like there was a big surge in customizing when Hasbro sort of went off the rails with Marvel Legends and were making either bad figures or no figures at all. It opened up a hole in the market for customizers. So I figured about then, 2000, what's that? Let's say 2008, 2010 or something. Francesco asks, what figures am I mostly looking forward to from the new Homecoming and Guardian of the Galaxy Volume 2 waves? The new Homecoming wave, I'm trying to think who's in it. The Beetle and Captain Universe, Spider-Man. And in the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 wave, I would be looking forward to Adam Warlock in that one, and Adam Magus as well. Grandmaster Popo, hi Craig, just joined the stream. What's the figure I'm using? The base. It's the Marvel Select Destroyer. James Franco the Duck. Craig gets me hard, don't blame you. I'm hot as fuck. What else we got? Okay, Pad. Here's a just a little bit of a warning. Yeah, let's try and keep that out here. If you're just here for an audience, then perhaps start your own live stream. What else can I get? And that's about it. John Reaver, most important questions, number 1 or 2? It was number 1, and did I wash my hands? Of course. Righty, so let's do this. What am I going to call that? Knee pad is the word you're looking for, Craig. Now, yes, Francesco, I'm looking forward to Beetle, Captain Universe, Spider-Man, and Adam Warlock, or Adam Magus. Okay, Pad, sorry about this, but I'm going to put you in a timeout because you're just being rude to others. It's not appropriate. Baby Customs, given my experience with taking commissions, what do you feel was the most gratifying and frustrating about that process? And are there any tips you could give to someone thinking about taking that plunge? So the most gratifying thing about taking commissions is financial, and obviously having someone, you know, who has paid for your work and actually, you know, loves your work and wants to display it on their own shelf, have it in their life. That's very gratifying. What was frustrating about it? Frustrating was trying to understand what someone wants. You know, the internet, you know, typing out comments, these sort of things, it's an imperfect form of communication when you're talking about sort of trying to work out art and describe a 3D thing to someone. That communication can be quite difficult and challenging. Sometimes you can do exactly what you think they want. They give you a picture and you do exactly that, and then they're like, that's not really, I want his hair to be more up. And you're like, I don't know what that means. I don't know what you mean by that. So it can get quite frustrating that way. What else? Also, not having the figure at the end of the day. You make something that you're obviously quite proud of in most cases, and then it's gone forever, and you don't know where it goes. It could go straight on eBay. You just lose that control. I mean, it was a fear I had when I made my Agent Venom, was that someone missed out on the auction of it on eBay and then was immediately offering me twice as much to make another one. And if I was the guy who had won that auction, I would have just been like, you know what, I'll just sell it to this other guy and make a huge profit off it. So I was, got quite scared that, I guess it's the same with all art. As soon as it's out your hands, whoever has bought it can then just turn a profit on it, and you can't do anything about it. And that's just the nature of consumerism, I guess. But that was anyway, there we have it. Sorry. Are there any tips I could give to someone thinking about taking that plunge? I don't know. Not really. Just go for it. It's like customizing itself. Give it a try. See if it works out for you. Make sure you get half the money up front, and have good communication with the person you're going to be dealing with. Basically, don't get in over your head. Don't take on too many commissions that you can't deliver on. Don't get greedy. Always do your best work. That's it, really. Kyler Ford. What is my favourite X-Men figure from the Warlock Bath wave? God, I'm trying to think of them now. I just reviewed them all and I've forgotten them already. So who was there? Cyclops, Dazzler, Shatterstar, Colossus, etc., etc. I guess, once I fixed the flaws with Cyclops with his straps falling down, I really like that figure. I think he's really good. He's not really a great figure, but it's just, a look that we've been after for so long. It's just very iconic, so I like that. It stands out on the shelf. And also Shatterstar. He had a lot of unique sort of parts and a great sculpt, and I really like that. So perhaps those two are my standouts. D. Jones asked, do I often make minor customizing changes on my figures? Not often. I used to do it a lot more, but I don't know. I figure Hasbro do enough to sort of have them all look decent enough when you put them on the shelf. So yeah, there's nothing that tends to stand out. Maybe a wonky eye every now and then. Kyler Ford, Craig, what is your fave Spidey figure? Dr. Octopus. Jordan Keir, I know you're more into Marvel as am I. but have I ever made or thought of making a DC character in Marvel Legends style? I made DC characters years ago. I made Tri-Eye, Slush, is that his name? Two of the Sinestro Corps, and I also made, was it Freakazoid? Is he a DC character? I mean, he's Warner Brothers, but anyway. But they were in DC UC style. But no, I wouldn't really make a DC character in Marvel Legends style. Elena Gustin says if she gets 50 subscribers, she's going to share her hot videos. So quick, guys, go over there. That's clearly her, not just some weird robot thing. Who doesn't want to see that, eh? What I find is you should definitely come to a gay man's channel with that kind of thing. Righty, what is the best paint in your opinion? The best paint for me is Citadel paint. How do I get rid of this? I'm going to report. Report. Very funny, mate. In Australia not long ago we got the tightest wave. We never get any other waves in Australia. I know what that's like. We get very, very rare waves over here. We never know what we're going to get until it appears in a bargain basement store somewhere. What's my favourite kind of pizza? I'm not that big on pizza, to be honest. I know pizza's like the internet meme. Oh, pizza this, pizza that. But my husband loves pizza, but I'm not that much into it. So, whatever. Don't really have any preference. So then I'm just, I've got this little, I've got bits of that sheet of styrene here. It's fairly flexible. Someone asked me earlier how I bend styrene, is you choose a styrene that's thin enough to bend to the degree you want without it cracking. You can get different colours and different strengths of styrene. I tend to buy them in like selection bags, so there's a whole bunch of thicknesses, and this is just the one that I'm using this time. So this was a prototype I made to go around the leg here, and I screwed it in a bit too tight and split it, so I'm just using it as a template now. I'm just going to cut that out. Bless you. Good enough. There we go, and now I'm just going to drill holes in there and drill it on there. So I want to take off these spikes on this side. Probably heat that up just a little. Don't want the knife flying off at a funny angle. Okay, sorry, what am I missing in chat? Do I make lots of custom figures a month? No, I barely make one a month. In fact, I barely make half of one in a month. So the customs that you see here on my YouTube channel are probably the limits of my customs, you know. I'm satisfied with what Hasbro are putting out. It kind of sates my need for new figures. If I didn't have any way to get new figures, I'd customize a lot more, but yeah, there's quite a lot out there for me to just buy and keep me satisfied. Taskmaster asked, do I play any video games? If so, what kind? I do play video games quite a lot. I rarely play all the way through a video game. I get quite bored. But I've been playing Dark Souls 3, the new DLC just came out. So I've been giving that a go. I played through Breath of the Wild. That was quite good. I really enjoyed that. Which was surprising because I couldn't make it through Skyward Sword. I got too bored. And Twilight Princess didn't really interest me much either. So this going back to less more open world, sort of freer Zelda really spoke to me. I enjoyed that a lot. So it's going to make sure I've got this to the right length. I guess so, yeah. And it goes round just here. So, what is my favourite kind of food? Oh, I don't know. Despite being a fat bastard, I'm not that interested in food. I guess Chinese, Indian, Japanese. I'm not really that bothered by it. I need to make this wider or it's going to split. I'm just using these little rubber sort of washers just to try and stop the styrene from splitting when I screw this into it. Just to make sure that it doesn't, it moves a bit more easily when it's on that and it's screwed in. Will I do Evil Dead customs? Asked Kyler Ford. No. I do like the Evil Dead, but don't really feel that its customs are customs of those characters is really my thing. Francesco asked, what did I think of Iron Fist? I haven't seen it. I got really bored halfway through Daredevil Season 2 and I got completely bored halfway through Luke Cage, so I haven't even finished Luke Cage. I don't care for the Netflix Marvel Universe anymore. Just really not interested in it. Sorry. But everyone that loves sort of like Daredevil and all those Netflix shows is really like, oh, Iron Fist sucks, which makes me think, oh, maybe I might actually like it then. I don't have a huge attention span for storytelling. I like stories to get to the point, and that is exactly what the Netflix shows do not do. And they very rarely have a villain that's worthwhile. As anyone who follows my customizing probably knows, I'm all about the villains. So while Jessica Jones I thought had a strong villain with the purple guy, the purple man, purple guy's Machine Man, of course. I don't feel that many of the other series have had a strong arch villain, and it's really a failing for them, or it's a failing for them to me, rather. King's Gaming asks, have I ever made a custom Marvel zombie figure before? Yes, I made custom Marvel Legend... No, what am I trying to say? Custom Marvel Zombies Giant Man. If you... on my blog. I have a blog somewhere on the internet. If you Google probably Craig Warrack Zombie Giant Man, you'll find my custom Giant Man. I thought he was actually pretty good. That was a commission I did back in the day. What else have I got? Have I played Deadpool game? Nope. Doom and the Doombot at the back look like they're stargazing. They do a bit. The Dremel Stylus has been your best friend. I agree, Locks. It's done me well. This is actually my second. First one died. Nathaniel Camps. Half of the people claim they whitewashed Danny Rand. Yeah. Yep, but people keep going on about that, you know, just ignore people that say that and they'll go away. You know, I really resent the Defenders because, you know, as you know, I like Doctor Strange and I like the Silver Surfer, and to me those are the Defenders. The Defenders are an insanely powerful team of people who are generally very distant from humanity, don't really care for humanity, but save the Earth. Namor, Silver Surfer, Doctor Strange, and the Hulk. They don't really get on with each other very well. So this street level Defenders is exactly what I don't want to see. So there we are. Not into that at all at the moment, but could be won over. Perhaps if it has a really good villain, it could be won over, but at the moment I don't think I really fancy it. Not my thing. Let me see. So where's my knife? Oh, it's right in front of me. Kyler Ford asked me, what's my favourite stop motion animation channel? I haven't watched any, so I couldn't say. Benjix asks, how long have I been doing this? Today or in my life? Francesco asks, what do I think of the character of Iron Fist overall? To be honest, I'm not that into him. I've never really read anything with him in it specifically. I've seen him like guest appear in Fantastic Four where he's training like Sue Richards, or he's a backup character in like an issue of Doctor Strange or something. I've seen those sort of things, but I don't really know much about the character in general, so yeah, he's not really a character that sort of speaks to me. Not every character has to speak to you for you to give a shit, but well, there we are. Maybe every character has to speak to me at least a little for me to spend like 13 hours of my life watching their completely tedious streaming depress fest. I just fucked that up, probably. To be honest, I sort of liked the idea of Danny Rand more in sort of the more recent years, where they delve into more of what being the Iron Fist means, you know, the sort of the immortal Iron Fist sort of angle. That sort of mythology building appeals to me a lot more than sort of the general street fighting, alleyway muggers kind of nonsense. But again, I haven't read a whole lot of it. What else have we got? Nathaniel Cramps is asking, Defenders should be heroes for hire. Yeah, I think they're picking Defenders just because it sounds like Avengers, you know, and essentially they are heroes for hire, kind of. They should be something. I don't know whether they should be champions, you know. I mean, literally the name Defenders is there just because Avengers is there and is popular, so that's tad disappointing. But you can see where they're coming from with it. I totally understand what they're doing, you know. But I actually like the Defenders. It's like if you had they made an X-Men sort of thing and then didn't have any bloody X-Men in it. But I appreciate that Luke Cage was a member of the Defenders. I think the Secret Defenders. For a time, anyway. But, I don't really like that. I think I fucked that up. Anyway, let's just glue that on there. It'll work. Oh, glued my fingers together. So Benjix was asking, how long have I been customising throughout my life? Customising since very, very, very young. When I would have like G.I. Joe figures, and my friends and I, we must have been about, what, I don't know, 11, 12, I don't know. We made them up to look like Predator or like Robocop or like Aliens or something, you know, figures that you just didn't get. Certainly in the UK, I know Robocop figures came out in America, but sort of not immediately following the first movie. So yeah, we'd sort of get like, basically, you must have in America or wherever you Play-Doh, just get that and like put it on a figure, make it into something else. You couldn't really do much with it because you'd squish it, but just things like that, you know, that's customising at an early age. Painting a Secret Wars figure all silver and making him the Silver Surfer, or making him Iceman, or, you know, whatever. Just making the figures you didn't have as a child, building a figure out of Lego, you know, all these things are sort of early parts of customising. And then it must have been around, it would have been about 1997 or 1998 that I bought Milliput and started customising. I would have been in university, maybe around 19 years old. I got Milliput and I sculpted my characters as you saw them in other videos, Bane and Ebony and all those guys from my comic. So yeah, I've been doing it all my life really, to different degrees. Francesco asks, do I have a fan cast for the Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom? Not really. I used to have a great idea, well, I thought it was a great idea, that the Fantastic Four movie would open with a retelling of their origin, with like David Hasselhoff as Reed Richards and Pamela Anderson as Sue, and like a really bad CGI Ben Grimm. A retelling of their origin done really, really badly, and then after the retelling of their origin, it like cuts to the actual Fantastic Four, whoever it is, walking out of their movie, like that was their movie with David Hasselhoff and whoever in it. But I don't know who would play the actual Fantastic Four. Sometimes when I'm watching a movie, I do have ideas about who should be Doctor Doom. Sometimes someone comes across as very intense. I wouldn't give a crap about who should play Victor Von Doom. You know, I don't care if we ever see him without his mask. I don't think we need to really see his origin story. We just need to really hear about it from Reed. But the guy who played Apocalypse, Poe Dameron, whatever his name is, Isaac someone, I don't know. I thought he would be quite good. He was certainly good in Ex Machina. He had a certain intensity to that. And it would have to just be someone with voice, movement, and eyes, you know, because there's not much more they can do, so there does have to be some sort of intensity to it. Reed would have to be older and smart. I mean, I thought Benedict Cumberbatch would have been a good choice for him over Doctor Strange. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really know a lot of actors' names in that anymore, so I can't really come up with them. Kyler Ford, Craig, have you done Marvel Legends dioramas? Yes, I have. I've done my Doctor Doom Latveria diorama. Go check out the video Latveria Rising on my channel. Astor Productions would not want them to be called Champions. That's one series, but well, Champions was a crap team back in the day, so I've not read the new one, but I do like the Vision in the Vision series, so I'm open to it. Oh, I'm wrecking this. Benjamin Hunt, what Sentinels are those? They're not Sentinels, they're Doctor Doom's robots. And they're made from Ironmonger figures. What's Etano Circus, really enjoy your customizing work and Marvel Legends content. Your channel is the only Marvel Legends based toy channel I'm subscribed to, and I've tried many others over a long time, so keep it up. Thank you very much, Etano. That means a lot. Iron Avenger, I'm working on some Doctor Doom Destroyer fan art to go along with your figure. Would you like to see it when it's done? Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't know what this guy's going to look like, so it'd be interesting to see your ideas of what this is going to look like as well. Why not? So, there we go. So these all my figures are getting covered in the plastic spray. So yeah, these knee pads, I'm trying to make them sort of look like the ones I have on Doom here. So it's kind of like the Destroyer Armour very clearly with this banding, but also like the accents of knee pads, elbow pads, and the mask, that sort of thing from Doom. So yeah, I'll try to bring them both together. Kyler, I made the Dark Dimension background for Marvel Legends and Marvel Universe figures. Cool, that sounds cool. Benjamin Hunt asks, what material am I using for the knees? I'm using styrene. Some people may call it craft plastic as well, but I go for styrene. What else we got? Oscar Isaac, thank you Benjamin for providing the name. Oh, it's KJ Hulk, everyone. Hey KJ, thanks for coming along. How much would a commissioned Doctor Doom cost? Your soul and your body. I don't take commissions, so I can't possibly say. Okay, Aster, if you're heading off, thank you for joining me. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing next, so we'll see how long this lasts. What time is it anyway? Almost 4:30 PM. It's almost dinner time, right? Okay, I think I'll add some sculpting to the toe. Guess I need to do elbow pads as well. A lot of work for not a lot of difference, huh? Anyway. I'm just trying to think where I can get these sort of tentacle designs to go. From Doctor Doom, they kind of come out of his knee pads on the sides, but this guy has a point of articulation there. So, not too sure. I'll see what I can do. So one could go there and stop. Sorry, just thinking away, planning it out. Baby Customs, any plans to go overseas for a holiday in the foreseeable future? I'll be heading to Japan at the end of the year. Anything in particular I should check out while I'm there? Well, actually, I'm going to Japan next month. I'm going to Japan for a couple of weeks in May. It has been 10 years since my husband and I left Japan, so we're going back for a holiday. To see how it's changed, and also because, you know, we lived there. It's very different living somewhere than when you are a tourist on vacation there, so hoping to see stuff that we didn't see when we were over there, and yeah, just hoping to have a lot of fun basically going back to the old place. Kenny Hardy asks, how long does it take to sculpt parts? Well, it really depends on how complicated the part is. Sometimes it's very straightforward, you just stick a bit on, you fill in a gap or something. Other times you have to like sculpt it very intricately, it can take a couple of hours. Other times it can take days, you're building up the sculpt slowly. So yeah, it really does depend. Freakinston figures. How do I feel about like concept figures instead of a figure chosen from a direct art style, storyline, or movie? I think that's good. Yeah, that's good. A lot of the time, people do concept, and it's just like, this is what I could make. Like, these are the figures I had, and this is what I could do. Like, I repainted, I don't know, Nick Fury to be Cyclops or something. It's not really conceptual, it's more just making do with what you have. So I think sometimes people call concept figures when they're really, this is me making a figure that I know doesn't look like the figure you know, but it's the best I could do. But I do enjoy actual conceptual stuff where people have thought about it and brought in new design ideas. I really like that kind of thing. But a lot of it is very bound by movies. You know, this is what concepts, I don't know, Angel looks like in the movie, and it's a really boring Angel design, because that's movie designs tend to be a wee bit boring, to be frank. So yeah, concept designs in concept are good, but in actuality they tend to be very, very grounded and not very conceptual at all. Mr. Instrumentals, can you buy them? No, you can't. Itano Circus, you live in Japan. Which part of Japan do you live in? It's probably given away by your name, but anyway. Yeah, when I was in Japan from 2001 to 2007, it had a very poor action figure scene. They were very much into urban vinyl stuff, and they didn't have a lot of articulation. It was only really around the sort of SH Figure Arts and Monster Arts time that Bandai started upping their game and, you know, really pushing that out there. So so I kind of missed that when I was in Japan. So I'm kind of gutted that I was there when their toy action figure industry was quite poor. Okay, let's get a wee bit of sculpting done, because I can do that and talk to you guys at the same time. Do I have to put this in the background so that people don't ask me what I'm using? Red Hood 117, does Doom wear the Destroyer Armour? Yes, he does. He makes his own and pilots it. He gets the shit kicked out of him by Thor. Mike Ogerman, your customs are out of this world. Thank you very much, Mike. It's kind of you to say. That's good enough. Baby Customs, got to get up bright and early for university tomorrow, so I'll have to catch the rest of this in the morning. Good luck with the rest of the progress, mate. Thank you very much. Sleep well. Enjoy your class tomorrow. And I guess you shall see me, but I shall not see you tomorrow. Good night. So, Itano Circus says, I live in Yamanashi in a small nobody mountain town called Doshi, about an hour from Mount Fuji. Luckily, Japanese figures have had great surge of focus on articulation since the time you mentioned. I know, right? So, are you Japanese? I guess if you say you're in a small nobody mountain town, are you there as a jet or a Kaiwa person, or what are you up to? statue vinyl scene is still massive, yeah. Nothing ever goes out of fashion in Japan. That's something fascinating about it. The most popular thing changes constantly, but things never become really unpopular. I've almost been on here for 2 hours now. Blimey. 2 hours for this? Oh, here's Jason Clendenning. Hello. Jason himself is a tremendous action figure customizer, and he can turn stuff out. Constantly working, constantly producing, constantly taking great photos of stuff. So, Itano. David Siu, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Just wanted to say that you love these videos. Thank you very much. It's very kind of you. Then someone is subscriber whoring themselves. And then Eternal Circus says, you're Korean American, teach part-time at night school and the next time here with your wife as a first year jet, teaching out at towns, elementary and junior high school. So that's nice. I hope you have a lot of fun there. My husband was a jet. I didn't know him during that time. Well, I knew him online, but I hadn't met him until after the jet program ended. Oh my god, I'm right. Why would people subscribe? Anyway, I'm not going to engage you, but I shall remove your comments. And there we go. Be harsh today, I'm gonna. Oh, dipping the wrong end of my tool in the water. Mike Ogerman says, what inspires me to make such great action figures? Well, thank you. Not sure, passion for the subject matter, I guess. I'm a big fan of Marvel characters and Marvel comics, and I like to see figures of the sort of stories that Marvel tells. I like story specific characters, a bit of drama about the characters. I like to see action figures, maybe sounds a bit bollocky wanky, but transcend what they are a little. Blur that line between action figures and art, action figures and statues. You know, may take the sort of inherently kitsch thing of action figures and make it into something that's a bit more, you know, meaningful beyond just being a toy to play with, to pose around. It's something that tells a story, something that whose design tells a story. So yeah, that's kind of where I come from with my customs. Also, it's just something I enjoy. I enjoy doing, and because the people are, you know, people who watch my videos and comment and subscribe are so encouraging. You know, keeps you doing it. Oh God. So Joey Medina asked, what is that stick you're using for smoothing out? It's covered in shit, so I can't really tell you what it is. I've got a clean one somewhere in here. Oh, I don't know, it doesn't have anything written on it. It's just, I don't know, it's like a sculpting tool. It has a rubber tip on it. This one's kind of coated in stuff. But yeah, it's just a sculpting tool. If you look for sculpting tools, you tend to get them in packs. They come in with different tips on them for different purposes. So yeah, it's just a sculpting tool. Rubber tip sculpting tool, I don't know. I'm sure it has an official name, but I don't know what it is. Oh, that's a good tip, Etano Circus, thank you. So I should take some figures with me to trade in Akiba or other places. Might be worth having a think. I don't have, oh, do I have the boxes? I guess I do for some of them. It's a good tip though, thank you. So with my sculpting I tend to get quite messy. I don't form things perfectly, because I do a lot of my sculpting actually with sandpaper once it's dry. I have to sand it all in anyway. So I do a lot of actual carving and sanding to get things shaped and surfaces the way I want them. Sorry, that's too low for you to see. Apologies. Taskmaster asks, what is your favourite Marvel Comics team? What is your favourite run of that team? That's a difficult one. Because I like the Avengers when it's certain members, you know. I like the Avengers back when it was like after Heroes Return. I really liked the Avengers then. Scarlet Witch, Vision, Justice and Firestar, Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, Hawkeye. Really liked that. I thought Ultron Unlimited was a good run for that team. But I also like the X-Men, and I was just reading it the other day, you know, the post-Zero Tolerance team. Beast, Phoenix, Cyclops, Cannonball, Iceman, Celia Reyes, I don't know how to say her name, I'm sorry. Marrow, Joseph, Rogue, Gambit. Well, Gambit was gone by that point. And Maggot, I wasn't much into Maggot, he didn't get much time to do anything. But I liked that. I liked that team. They didn't really have any standout runs though. BX Thorn XVN says Doom is from New York, you think? Right. Is he? Cool. Is that the rapper or the actual Doctor Doom character you're talking about? JCC2224. One of the coolest parts about customizing is that you can use anything to make a great custom. I see some creative use of everyday objects for custom figures. Absolutely. Inspiration and materials are all around you. Speaking of which, for this little horn bit here that's on his toe, I'm going to be using a flosser. Just that tip there. Just bend it a little. Cut it much longer than I need it to be, really. That's not much longer. Let me see if I can follow that line there. I'm gonna watch the video back and find out where that flosser tip went. Jesus. Is it amongst all this shite here? Yes, it is. No, that's not it. That's another piece of something else. I'll just make another one, but I'm annoyed that I can't find that now. If anyone saw where that flosser tip went, can they let me know? Okay. It is by the left Doombot's feet. The left one, this guy over here. How did they get past the box? Don't think it is. Oh well, doesn't matter, doesn't matter. Make a new one. So Eternal Circus, can you give me like an example of what figure you have seen go for a lot of money in Japan? And sometimes they're quite if you don't have an address, they don't like to let you trade stuff in Japan, or anywhere really, rightfully, but be useful to know. So this little fang thing I've stuck in here, I'll glue that in once the milliput has cured. But at the moment it's just loose in there. I'm just building the sculpt around it. Jason Clendenning says he's using the milliput white superfine using a lot of water to keep it from sticking to me. Does the yellow grey standard work better for general sculpt? I didn't really find a huge difference between the superfine white and the yellow grey. The yellow grey is just cheaper for me, so that's why I get it. And the superfine white, yeah, I really don't see a huge difference between the two. If I am doing some really fine sculpting, then I will use the superfine white, not because I find I have different results, but just because I feel like it might give me better results, and I don't know if it will, because I never sculpt something in the yellow and then I sculpt it in the white and notice a difference. I just sculpt it once, so I really don't know what the difference is between the two, to be honest. It's not great for a guy that uses it all the time, but there we are. Now, looking at those feet, that one has a lot more clearance than that. So what will build up next? That sort of part there. Iron Avenger says, you just finished the fan art. That was quick. Do I have an email I can send it to? Sure. It's my surname at hotmail.com. Mike Ogerman says he's been a fan since back when I did my take on the Flesh Armour Doctor Doom and Diorama Throne Room. Thank you. Yes, absolutely, Eternal. Please send any message you want to me. Right, folk that are like, look at my videos, subscribe to me, are being put in timeout. A wee bit sick of it. If you want to sort of sell yourself, like, hey, if you want to see more custom figures or action figure reviews, please check out my channel. Then fine, not just please check out my channel, subscribe to me. Come on, people. If you're going to whore yourself out, at least be an attractive whore. Now, what I like to do here, like I did with this one, is bend that back, and then, so go to its maximum point of articulation, and then put the sculpt over it so that I know how far I can build the sculpt up to. So, and then just sort of put a basic sculpting line there. Then I know that's, wait for that to cure, and that's, I know I can build the rest of my sculpt on top of that. probably should have done was put a bit of plastic bag or something down under the sculpt so it wouldn't stick to the bit I don't want it to stick to. Ah, you're a genius, Craig. Always hands moving faster than your fucking mind. Right. God damn it, what a fucking moron. Okay. Glenn Tyler asked, do I collect any Mezco 112 figures? I only ask because I noticed similarities between their new Doctor Strange and your recent custom. I'll try not to take offence at that. Thanks very much. No, I don't. I've got Mezco 112 Judge Dredd, and I liked him, but I am not a fan of their Marvel stuff. I don't feel they've quite nailed. I don't expect them to nail things, but they haven't quite really rendered the blatantly obvious of costume yet. I feel that the base body that's underneath is very oddly proportioned, very bulging shoulders, looks very disjointed, tiny little plastic heads. Their Punisher was good, but then, you know, on the same hand he's wearing those pants that have got that single stitch seam up the front. It looks like he's wearing like sweatpants or something, or I don't know, just really sometimes poorly designed clothes, and the costumes they choose for superheroes are mind-boggling. Superheroes costumes don't really translate well into real clothes, of course, but they are trying. I appreciate the effort, but I'm just not sold on them, and I really don't understand the fan love they're getting at the moment. I just don't think they're quite there yet. Anyway, people seem to like them. They're Doctor Strange. I was very disappointed in it. They tried to do, like, his costume, they've made it overly complicated with a load of lines, and the belt looks very thick, looks like it's made of carpet. The cloak is just not very dramatic. I do actually like their sculpts a lot. Like on the Judge Dredd, I have. Hold on, I'm trying to wipe off my hands. I'll bring them down so I can illustrate what I'm talking about. Okay, so here's Judge Dredd here. I mean, the costume for this guy I think is fine. I mean, there's still this single stitch up the crotch. It's very naive, and like the shape of his body looks just it looks kind of weird. Like very very broad shoulders, very very thin arms. Just I don't know, something strange about the proportions in it. Anyway, my real point is, like, they're sculpting. Like, you look at his gloves and his belt and his grenades and his boots. I mean, look at the tremendous, absolutely phenomenal work they're doing with sculpting. Absolutely stunning. Like, stunning. They're absolutely beautiful. All that detail on the glove. At that scale, like the little sculpted in eagle there. It's just tremendous. Like the texture on the elbow pads. Just absolutely stunning. And then but their main drive is they put like rubbishy, oversized sort of clothes on the figures. It's like, oh my god, guys, please just sculpt something. You know? Just fucking sculpt it, because it's astounding. You know, I don't need those crap looking trench coats that got huge stitches in them. I mean, they're not crap looking, I'm overdoing it, but you know, just their sculpt work is so good on these sort of things. Their faces are alright. I think it's more the paint on the faces. Very very pink. So I just, you know, their sculpt work is so brilliant that it makes their cloth work stand out. And I feel like the cloth, while it sort of covers up the joints, I find that it does hinder articulation sometimes. Like, that's as good as a double jointed knee gets. That's, you know, just because that cloth is all bunched up there behind the joint, it's a little bit disappointing. But you know, I fully appreciate that people like them. But they just seem to be going like full in, and I don't see that sort of gradual improvement that I'd like to see from them. You know, maybe step back, take a critical eye before you know. I don't know. Just bizarre. So, not big into the Mezco 112. Not to say I will always feel the same, but that's where I am just now. Iron Avenger, did you get it? Oh, you're talking about your thing. Well, I can't really go away from this at the moment. Mike Ogerman, can I show a tutorial on sewing clothes for Marvel Legends? Well, hopefully when I come to do the cloak for this guy, that will be it. I'll try and live cast that so you can see me stitching his cloak. I'm not probably going to make clothes for them because, like I say, clothes are difficult. They tend to look oversized and just bizarre at this scale. Iron Avenger, I'll look in a moment to see if I've received your sorry. Why am I so bad with technology? Sorry everyone, I'll just show you some. This is the picture that, oh god, I've put your email address. Sorry. Iron Avenger has sent me this picture. Fan art of the Destroyer Doom. Thank you for that. Live fan interaction, huh? There we go. Yes, thank you. What is the one custom you have started but just can't seem to finish? Nothing really. I tend to follow through on all my customs. Take that as you will. Oh, it's Michael Wisman is here. Everyone in the chat should say thank you to Michael Wisman. He's the #1 proponent of bugging the hell out of me to livecast more, and here I am. So everyone who said thanks to me should actually be saying thanks to Michael Wisman. And there he is. I do like it, Iron Avenger. Thank you very much for sending it through. There you go, Aster Productions appreciates it too. Okay. So I don't think I'm actually, now that Michael has turned up, I'm going to hang around much longer. Because this foot is curing. I don't want to mess with that too much before I push on with it. And I'll probably come back at a later point this evening, or this afternoon, or this morning, or whatever time zone you're in. But it's almost 5. It's 5:10 now. It must be around dinner time. Better go help my husband and make the dinner. And I'll hopefully see you guys later, but we'll see what happens. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Excuse me, I've got wind at the moment. Burp. There you are, Michael. Everyone's saying thank you to you. And bye to everyone. Thanks for joining me when we work our way through Dr. Doom's Destroyer. And I'll see you again later, hopefully. Until then, pour on the power. Bye.